like, or Jarlaxle, that's the guy's name. I haven't even touched that book in probably a year, and that's the last time I tried reading it.
He leaves an impression. He's great.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, that guy is cool. He has really interesting shoes. They're silent shoes. And also spider wall. I think they're wall walking shoes too.
He actually might just have both.
Well, I think it's one pair. I think they're silent and they're wall walking.
But
he has like spider
They might
climb.
have both effects, or he might have some method to swap them out. Like he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's what happens when you give the rogue too much.
Yeah, that is one thing I enjoy about the Drift books is like these characters are clearly not level 3.
Yeah, true.
They're like level 8, and that's like the low power scale. Jarlaxle with his weird boots. I think something that happens that was interesting was I think he killed like a priestess or something, and then like buried her body like in the ground so that like that he couldn't get found out so easily or something.
Sure.
Because like I think he's walking around trying to like he's thinking about what's going on with like the Bayanry house. And then like some priest comes across him in like the middle of an alley, and he's like, I don't know if this is so random because usually they don't walk this way. And she's like, get on the ground, worm. And then he's like, how about no? Oh no, it wasn't Jarlaxle. It was a different guy who's like pretending to be a slave for them. I think he's like a cleric or something. God damn it.
I have an idea of who it could be, and he's definitely not a cleric. He'd be
No.
the opposite of a cleric.
I don't know if he's a warlock.
No, a
Is he-
little bit more opposite.
Paladin.
No, a paladin is not the opposite of a cleric.
A warrior then, I guess, or a fighter. I don't recall enough about the fight that he had, but I think he might be a fighter.
If he's who I think he is, he's a class that isn't in 5e.
Yeah. Which class is it? Paralysis.
That would be assassin.
Maybe.
That's who I think it is.
Because like
It's been a long time since I've read those books.
yeah,
The ones you're at.
he is like a quote named character. Like he is important. So he's probably around for a while, and you probably
Is it Artemis?
Oh, maximum laser. God damn it.
Is that activating neurons? I could give you his last name of Entrary.
Artemis it might be. No. You might be able to just.
Because I know he goes down there at one point.
You might be able to Google it.
I mean, look, I'll just look up the plot synopsis of Starless Night.
Yeah. It might be Artemis Cherry. I recognize the name, but I also think that's just because the character's been introduced and talked about for like a book or two.
Hey, look, he's listed as a character in this book.
Yeah.
So he might be. He might be one. Like, without literally going through and reading the book again myself, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you. But he's in the book.
You might be able to just Google like priest fight Starless Night character.
That's for a book, maybe.
Yeah, I know. That's like probably like 4
It's
or
okay.
5.
It's not that important. It's not that.
It's not too important. I was just
Get
curious.
all these details.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
But yeah, it's like that was kind of cool. I liked when he was doing things in not Drow territory, but the fact that the Drow are constantly being like a pain to him, or it's kind of annoying to read a little bit.
I mean, listen.
Though
it's a thing for it's a thing for a while.
Yeah. I think I would have been less bothered by it if it wasn't like do thing, Drow encounter, do thing, Drow encounter, do thing, Drow encounter.
I mean, you're still pretty early on in the book.
It still is early on.
That's kind of like how it be.
Yeah.
At the end of this quadrilogy, I think it eases up. It doesn't ever go away completely, but it eases up. One of my favorite books is the 13th book. Honestly, I think I like all of the Paths of Darkness books, but like, it'll stop focusing on them so hard in the near future.
Spider.
Oh, and then the Hunter's Blades trilogy, that's books 17 through 19, were all pretty good
concept.
too.
Literally a bug though, considering the situation. I don't really appreciate the joke. Is there the Dritz series overall is generally just like adventures, right? It's not like we're on a quest to find an item or like do a thing or get a person or save something or save the world. Kind of serious.
Generally, yeah. Not as much of the politicking, but I mean, there's the tiniest amount in some books.
Yeah. Coming to save you.
This feels more like recounting somebody's D&D campaign stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think it literally is. At least that's how it started.
Yeah. Like, I'm not. What's the way to put it? Start feeding on the pillars' energy. Do I have to kill the pillars now? Take out those pillars first. Take out the pillars first. Oh. It's the Ender Dragon fight. I hit the pillars. Alright. So yeah, I'm like, I don't mind if there's not very many politicking, especially if the politics are like, I'm gonna fight this weird drow guy. And it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that.
There's a little bit of like inter-Dwarven Citadel politicking later.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that. There are some wars later on, like full-on wars where there's some politics going on. But like, it's not a focus, you know?
Yeah, I am a fan of encounters though, where it's like I'm a cause problems for this particular person because they're kind of like vaguely on the opponent's side of the character, and it's like, hey, this Dritz guy, he's like a friend of my enemy, so I'm gonna go cause problems from him. So I'm gonna go duel. What's up?
You got 2 strike points. Anyway, you should really be wailing on this thing when it doesn't have a shield up. You're like waiting for it to power up the next pillar and then you don't do anything.
Oh, I just realized I doubled back on this pillar. I was trying to like, oh, this is like a break the pillars.
Yeah, no, it just activates the pillar and then does whatever. You gotta just break the pillar and then wail on it.
He just punched him a real lot. Just Hadouken him. Or Kamehameha. Oh, dang it. Come on. It remind me of Link.
Pretty much, yeah.
Maximum laser.
It'd be funny if it was like, your sister, again, and now you have to play which one's real.
Quick answer personal question. Ask personal questions that only you know the answers to. The bad brother doesn't know any of the answers. Got resold.
Damn. Not just sold once, but sold twice.
Resold, yep. Sets downly. Times it. I in my brother's room. I'm glad you're awake. You scared me. You weren't scaring him. Like, I might go back to reading those books. I've run out of things to read. Again?
Do it.
What?
I said do it. There's some crazy stuff in the later books that I want to talk to someone about, but nobody else reads them.
Yeah, it was like either that or Dresden Files, but I'm like really sour on that series right now.
Really?
It's interesting, but whole. Okay, what do you know about the Dresden Files? Have you read them? I know. I think Richard's read them.
I haven't read any of them yet. I just know that Richard really likes that series.
Yeah. My issue with the Dresden Files is primarily one. They have too much fae in them, at least right now. And I don't like fae. Their power and power structure, like how like things will do, like sure names and all that. It's like, just doesn't. It seems too overpowered for them to be like not ruling the world as they are. Like they have lots of power, and they just don't use it. For like when they do it all the time or with people for some reason. I don't know, it's never really computed for me, and I don't like them because they're like constantly fighting the spirit of things, and doing things off of like a word.
They're
like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll make sure that you come out alive. I didn't say that you needed to be in whole. Like you have no limbs now, but you're alive. I kept my agreement. That kind of thing. And it's like,
it's very letter of the law, and we're gonna abuse the spirit. That's their deal.
I know, but I hate it. And no one,
that's fine.
And typically it would be fine if that's what they did, if anyone was able to hold them to account, which they're typically unable to do. Like if someone was doing that, and then the other fair, like, but that's kind of like the point. I want someone like Dresden to be like fireball and you're just dead, like, or you know, someone just come in and be like, you look, you gone too far, get removed in some way, shape, or form, like it being banished or something. But yeah, I don't like them because they generally can never be held account to get punished for things that they do.
That's fair. I actually don't see that very often either.
Their power seems a little too omnipotent as well sometimes. All's well doesn't end well. Yeah, we took a problem. We took care of a problem. Yeah. Like, for instance, I like the whole, like, wizards stuff that's going on in Dresden, because there was, like, a white council and, like, a black council and, like, a gray council, and they're like, the white council's like, you can't kill anyone, because if you do this using magic for evil, then we will kill you. And then the black council's like, we will use magic for our power. It's also kind of like a secret order, so people might also be like on the White Council, like part of the White Council, but they're like evil people, double agents kind of thing. Really interesting. And then they have like, oh, but here's a face storyline again. I'm like, this is the third one in 4 or 5 books. Please stop. The Eclipse thing is out of control. It's so unpredictable. Oh no, Thorn rants about books. Crazy.
You do be doing that.
At the iceberg. Plan on helping out. You should be careful, Code. Like, would you plan to keep helping out?
Hey.
Yo, Sora. Is everything alright? I need to tell you all. You weren't in class. I was looking for you. Oh, it's you. He's at school for once. Why so shocked? Not what normal kids. Got to admit, pretty surprised to see him here too.
This is the last time you'll see me.
Yep. Guess so.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, sure.
Guys like you around, I probably won't die of boredom. Just hand to hand with this Eclipse stuff. You'll need my genius, obviously. You haven't learned it all. More the merrier. am I doing? I'm a member of Nemesis. Maybe getting some help wasn't so bad after all.
What? You're not allowed to have character development.
Crazy. Everyone spawned. Game stronger. Word of God and another forced side story.
No, you can just delete all of your save data and then close the game.
That's true. I might have to do that next. Just for, just to try out all the options, Another series I wish I liked more was Iron Druid. More like romancy stuff, but not like a lot. But it is like a major part of the story because like guys like I'm the last druid, so he can like turn into people are like, oh, you're a druid, that's crazy. I didn't think they were around anymore. He's like, yeah, I'm just doing me things. But he's the Iron Druid because he can, for some reason, wear cold iron and has like gained properties of cold iron. So like, if he touches a Fae, they lose their powers. So Fae are like, keep away from this guy. So it's kind of like, it feels like it's a bit of like a Dresden-y thing where he goes around solving things, like fixing problems. But there's also like, there's this woman in the story, and now she's interested in him. And there's this other woman in the story, and she's interested in him, and it's like, I want to read this interesting world building, like cool romance stuff, but like please lay back on that. But they also like the first book used the forbidden power under my rules, used mind control, or pseudo mind control. Because like this guy, he's a druid, so he can like shapeshift, right? He like turns into like, I think it's like a hound or something, and then like this other person is like a hound master, and she's like sort of controlling him, kind of. And it's like this weird situation where she's like literally like bending his mind a bit because to keep him as a hound and like make him like do things. But also like it's a weird interaction, and it's like I don't like mind control. That's just no. Don't stretch yourself too thin.
Yeah.
Remember Nemesis? Oh boy, is everyone here just secretly part of the underworld? Everyone, I swear. I've been receiving help. Hunting down new eclipses. Wait, I've recently had that way too much time on my hand. Looked a lot happier recently. I think about it, it's almost been 2 months since you first showed up here. Guessing living in Morimiya has been a good experience. Not really, what? Anyway, I have school tomorrow, so I think I'm going to go up to my room and rest. Thank you for the coffee. Like in my world building, mind magic and mind control exists. You just don't see it for very certain reasons. And it's outlawed even by the most evil empires because certain things happen when people use it. And by that, I mean, like, if someone starts using mind control on people, there's this individual called the Mad Mage who is mad in multiple terms, in multiple ways of the word, and just kind of acquires you. You start using mind magic, he just, oh, I could sense you're doing some weird bullshit over there. I'm very mad, so I'm just gonna yoink. And so anyone
should just be called the Mad Mage.
Yeah. So it is inspired by the Mad Mage in D&D, who runs like that labyrinth maze, that like the super dangerous one that like people dying all the time. I forget what it's called, because is it like, it's like a labyrinth with multiple layers. It's supposed to like go from like levels 1 to like 13 or something, and it's supposed to be like super duper dangerous, like the Tomb of Annihilation or something.
That thing, yeah, Tomb of Annihilation. Yeah.
Apparently, it was built by this character called the Mad Mage, and I'm like, that seems interesting. What if like this person is mad, and anyone who uses mind magic, he just kind of yoinks you and just sticks you in there. And so anyone who eventually gets too powerful using mind magic against others, like pops up on his radar, and then suddenly at some point in time, they just kind of vanish from that world, and because they were abducted. So you can use mind magic on yourself and like improve your memory, like recall and stuff like that. But like as soon as you start like mass mind controlling like 5 people or so, then suddenly you're on like a countdown, buddy. So like
interesting.
Yeah. So that's why in most worlds and most kingdoms and stuff, they're like, mind magic is essentially completely outlawed. Why is the super evil empire on the other side of the continent not using mind magic? Doesn't that seem like something they totally do? It's because they're terrified of using it.
They would if they could.
They would if they could, yes. They've tried it, and people just kind of started
Unfortunately, Magic John Wick is about.
Kind of, yeah. So, like, that's kind of my in-universe explanation as to why it's not like, now we have mind slave empires everywhere. Because, what's this other series?
There is the unfortunate implication that if you could somehow take that guy out, then
yeah,
it would be free reign.
Yeah, that's true. But the chances of you doing that are kind of slim. It's possible, though. It is technically possible. Because there's a different story I was reading called Trinity of Magic, where the empire, or there is an empire in the world who it's just run by mind mages. And by mind mages, I mean one mind mage, because he's been hijacking his descendants' bodies for like a millennia. Literally. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you have mind magic. You just kind of take over things. That makes sense. That adds up to me. And while I dislike mind magic, it adds up in that story. Sora needs to talk. Because it's like, if you have mind magic, you can mind control people. Why in like 1,000 years are you not running everything? You have like this character who's driven, who wants to control stuff, has mind magic, and they aren't ruling the world? What?
Maybe you just caught them right at the start.
If that's the case, then that's fine. Like, that makes sense. It makes sense. It adds up. But if it's not at the start, they've had these powers for a long time and they aren't ruling things, either because they are like, this is morally wrong, I can't do this. Makes sense. That adds up. But if they're morally dubious, they should be running a lot of things. School's out for the day. Class just ended.
I suppose you could be morally dubious and not ambitious. You'd have to have that combo.
Yeah, in which case, explained. And not like a hand-wavy explanation like they just hasn't gotten around to it yet. Like, what do you mean yet?
Yeah.
You've had time. You can just do this whenever.
I don't know. Listen, like, if you can provide a good explanation, then you can provide a good explanation.
True.
Right.
Anyway, I like how we're gonna go meet Sora now, and it's totally not Sora. Talked up with some new elements. Yep. Oh, this is her blacksmith guy, apparently. There, that should do it. Echelon heart has been significantly refined since I last looked at it. They've been doing some impressive work for you. It's so strange to have these like soul weapons be like digital stuff.
It's stored in your phone.
Yeah. It just seems a little not explained enough. A little too just like, that's just how it is.
I think it, there's probably an explanation in here.
Maybe.
As to why that can access it. It's probably weird phone apps.
Well, yeah.